Hello children, in this video we shall see the summary 12th English Unit 4 poem Ulysses by Alfred Tennyson. Ulysses is a Greek warrior and the king of Ithaca. It is the Roman name for Greek Odysseus, the hero who fought on behalf of Trojan War. Tennyson takes Ulysses as a mythical framework in this poem. Now let us talk about the poet. Ulysses, written by Alfred Tennyson. Alfred Tennyson was born on August 6, 1809 in England. He is one of the most well-loved Victorian poets. He showed an early talent for writing. At the age of 12, he wrote a 6,000-line epic poem. His father tutored him in the classical and modern language. In 1830, Tennyson published poems chiefly lyrical, and in 1832 he published a second volume entitled Simply Poems. In 1850, with the publication in Memoriam, Tennyson became one of the Britain's most popular poets. He was elected Poet Laureate in succession to Wordsworth. At the age of 41, Tennyson had established himself as the most popular of Victorian era. In 1884, he accepted a peerage, becoming Alfred Lord Tennyson. He died on October 6, 1892, and was buried in Westminster Abbey, England. Now, before going into the poem, let us know about the poem first. The poem Ulysses is a dramatic monologue. Dramatic monologue means a long, tired speech presented by a single character, by one character, that contains 70 lines of blank verse. Blank verse means there is no rhyme scheme, just a long narrated verse. Ulysses, the king of Ithaca, gathers his men together to prepare for the journey and exhorts them not to waste their time left on earth. Ulysses has grown old, having experienced many adventures at the Battle of Troy. Troy is the war which took place for nearly 10 years and in the seas. After returning to Ithaca, he desired to embark upon the next voyage. That shows he's a very adventurous person. His inquisitive spirit is always looking forward to more and more of such adventures. The poem can be divided into three parts. The first, the thirst for adventure, which does not allow Ulysses to remain in his kingdom as a mere ruler. Second, Ulysses handling over his responsibility to his son Telemachus, which he finds confidence in his abilities. And third, Clarion calls his sailors, urging them again to venture into the unknown land. So this poem speaks about the unquenchable thirst of Greek hero Ulysses for travel and exploration of new vistas. So let us read the poem. It little profit that an idle king by this still earth among these barren crags, matched with an aged wife, I meet and dole, unequal laws unto a savage race. So in these lines, Ulysses tells us that there is no profit in ruling the kingdom. The very monotony of being a king is frustrating to him. He does not want to stay in one place with his wife, just looking after the kingdom. That is what he's meaning here. That hoard and sleep and feed and know not me, I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those. Drink life to lees here means drink to the very last drop. For example, you drink water and the last drop is left over, no? So he wants to drink last drop. He wants to travel till his death. What he means here is he is telling that people don't understand with him. They don't share the same passion. They are happy with their domestic life. They just eat, sleep, probably accumulate their material wealth. But they aren't ready to go out. I mean to say, seek knowledge or to go on adventure. They are happy with the monotony. That is exactly what Ulysses does not want to do. Understood? He loves traveling. He likes to explore the world. He likes to seek more knowledge. So the next few lines. That loved me and alone on shore and when, through scudding drifts, the rainy hates. Vex the dim sea, I am become a name, for always roaming with a hungry heart. So, what here he is telling here is, he tells that he cannot rest for traveling. He is habituated to the adventurous life and he wants to go back to the same kind of life. He wants to enjoy life to the last drop. He gives us the past experience. He tells us why he would like to go on a journey again. He's telling that he's enjoying when he was alone, when he was with his comrades, when he was fighting battles, when he was in the adventures. I mean to say, on voyage on seas. Sometimes the weather would not suit him. It was not suitable. Scudding drift. Scudding drift here is bad weather. Wind moving fast. Hades means group of stars. Vexed the dim sea, get upset. So, in all these circumstances, he loves traveling. He was happy. In all this condition, he was happy. Ulysses is synonymous for the thirst of knowledge. That shows he's longing. He's longing to travel more and more and to seek more knowledge. That is what he's telling here is. For always roaming with hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men, and manners, climates, councils, government, myself not least, but honored of them all, and drank delight of battle with my peace. In these lines, he tells that he describes the different places that he has been to and what are all the learning that he has happened to learn. Different climate, councils, government, cultures. He learnt a lot. He is observing. Whatever he comes across, he is trying to learn a lot. Wherever he goes, he is being identified. That is what he's telling. That means if suppose a person goes, he is always in the quest, that person is known, he is in the quest of knowledge and honored in all the places that he have been to. Here he talks about, in the next line, far on the ringing plains of the windy Troy, I am a part of all that I have met. Yet all experience is an arch wherethrough gleams that unraveled world whose margin fades forever and forever when I move. So in these lines, he recalls the memories. Memories becomes a part of life, isn't it? A personality. Yet he says 40 years of experience, that all those experiences are still fresh in his mind. What he brings forth here is, he compares his life to all the experience to an arch and describes to the untraveled world as a place that gleams at him through that arch. All he has to do is to walk through the arch. The first two lines of the passage are very tricky. He tells that Ulysses likes his experience to keep on traveling. The more he travels, the more the margins of the edges that world recede are covered up. So he retreats how boring it is just to sitting around when he could be out exploring the world. For example, if you go to the beach, when you see the beach, you see the sky and the beach touching, but as you go through that, you'll find still far more. You have to reach far more. That is what his meaning here is. He's trying to tell that. Yet to travel, there is no end for knowledge. Then next he talks about, he compares himself to a sword. He talks about the metaphor. He's comparing his life to a sword. If the sword is not in use, it becomes rust, unpolished, does not shine. So it becomes like a rust. So he's comparing himself to a sword. He tells if he is not in use, his life will become dull. Seeking no knowledge, he is not happy to be a king. He is wasting his time. He tells that he will become like a sword. So he is excited. He is existing. He's telling that he is existing. He's not enjoying his life in Ithaca. He does not like domesticated life because he had put a pause to all the adventure. See, he cannot go anymore, for he has to rule the kingdom. So as he's telling here is, death is near. He's becoming old. So as he's becoming old, he wants to explore more. He's happy to be alive, though he is closer to the death. He hopes to learn more about knowledge. He wants to pursue more knowledge. He is feeling ashamed sitting back 3 years. He tells here in the last 3 lines, he just tells that a brighter of a new king, and the while it were for some 3 sons to stow and hoard myself, and this gay spirit yearning his desire to follow knowledge like a sinking star beyond the utmost bound of human thoughts. What he tells here is he's feeling ashamed, while here is ashamed for sitting 3 years. He did not work, he did like others, like eating, sleeping. So in his spirit, he had the desire to go on venture. Okay.